Hello everyone and welcome to part 2 of the week 7 lab video. And what we're going to be doing in this video is basically just setting up everything for export. So if we were to consider our animations blocked in and completed, we'd be exporting it to a game engine, we'd be exporting it to Maya, 3ds Max, some other 3D software for the final output, which would be, rendering it within a scene, an environment, or whatever. Or you could be doing this all from MotionBuilder and, wanting to, you can compose your entire scene in MotionBuilder. You can light it and also render it from here. You can even import audio into MotionBuilder and have audio to go along with it as well. So what we're going to do is just take a look at how to set that up. So the first thing I would do here is I've got this XO edited with control rig. I would save this as a new file at this point. So I'd go to File, Save As, and instead of XO edited with control rig, I will say with cameras. And I would do this before plotting anything out. And you want to do this before plotting anything out because you want to be able to go back and edit this and make tweaks, make changes, whatever, without having to go through the entire process that we just went through, setting up the props, setting up the cameras, etc. So I have this saved out as a separate file. And what we could do from here is set up a plot. So the first thing I would do is plot this guy to skeleton. And you could do that by going to the Vitruvian Man, the Human IK panel here, and go to Bake Plot. And then we're going to go to Plot to Skeleton. If you want to check your settings, do Plot on Frame, 60 frames per second, Gimbal Killer. That sounds great. So we'll plot it. Now that's plotted. And even though it's plotted, the gun will still travel and do its thing with the character. But you would want to plot the constraints for the gun as well. So to plot the constraints for the gun, we'll select the laser inside of the scene and go up to Animation, and then Plot Selected, all properties. Plot on Frame, we'll plot all of those. I believe I had that set up right. Plot. Plot. There it is. And I think that plotted the cameras as well, actually. That's a good thing. And I would just double check the cameras, make sure all of those things have been plotted. So I'll select all of the cameras. Animation. Plot all properties. Plot. And everything is now plotted. So if I wanted to bring this into a game engine, the cameras should be there. All the information for the animated cameras will be there. If I bring it to Maya, same deal. Alright, so the last aspect of this would be rendering this. If I want to render from MotionBuilder, which is probably the easiest way to set this up. And remember, you can set up lights in MotionBuilder, you can add audio in MotionBuilder, it'll even scale the audio so it matches up with your animation inside of MotionBuilder. But to render it, right, what you'd have to do is go to File, and then Render. And there's several different rendering. Oops, I accidentally locked that and I didn't want to. There's several different rendering outputs here. You got AVI, MOV, JPEG. You can do a JPEG sequence, Targa sequence, TIFF sequence, even Flash if you'd like. But we're going to do AVI. And you're going to want to put this into a specific folder. I've got it rendering to my desktop at the moment. And you can change where it's located from here. You could change the frame range if you'd like to. If you have audio, you can import WAV format or MP3 format audio. You can enable it here, and it'll compress it with the audio. You can also tell it how you want to display. You can also have the controls of your rig display if you'd like, but I'm going to have it set to models only. You can also change the type of cameras that you're using as well. If you need to show time code, safe area, show camera labeling, that sort of stuff for like final edit, sort of things, you can also check those off here. So I'm going to hit the render button, and it says the file exists. I'll just overwrite it. For the video, I'm going to use Microsoft Video 1. You can use whatever compression you like, and you want to turn the compression quality up. So I'll turn it up to 50 so it doesn't take too long to render. We'll have some artifacting. I also don't have enable anti-aliasing turned on. And it looks like the render already completed successfully. So what I'll do is I'll play this for you guys. And there it is. You can see that there's some artifacting there because of the reduced quality in the render quality. But there's our entire scene. And you could take that grid out if you'd like. And it'll render it without any of that grid and that sort of thing. So I'll just turn repeat on here. Pretty cool. So if you need to bump up the quality, make sure you turn up the compression quality, all that sort of thing. I just did it real quick for the video purposes so that it wouldn't take too long. So if you have any questions on this, let me know, and hopefully this helps. And this would be completing the week 7 lab. Next week we're going to take a look at doing this type of work but with multiple characters within the same scene. See you then.